Welcome to Session 1 of the Grade 5 module. The purpose of today's session is to give you an opportunity to reflect on a core element of the DOE's vision for mathematics and specific aspects of the foundational standards you read to prepare for the first session. This is just a starting point, and you will continue to make sense of both resources throughout the series. You will unpack some of the mathematics often taught through explicit instruction with rote procedures and memorization. You will also explore a way of gathering information about students' fraction number sense, specifically their knowledge of benchmark fractions and their ability to compare and reason with fractions. Lastly, you will revisit the vision and make connections to the fraction work you will explore in the session. For your first activity of the module, you will take note of your comfort level with a part of the DOE's vision for mathematics. Knowing where you are starting will support you in being strategic as you bring the vision for mathematics to life in your classroom. Read the following prompts, then write down your responses. Make sure to keep this reflection. You will return to it at the end of the series. As a side note, you may select this reflection to discuss with a colleague. Throughout this session, we will ask you to engage in several activities like this one. After we describe the activity, you will see a pause and reflect slide. When you see this slide, please pause the video and follow the directions given. When you are done with the activity, press play to continue with the session. Here are a few of our reflections that you can compare and connect to as you bring the vision to life. The first reflection is that the vision for mathematics asks teachers to look closely at the interactions among teacher, student, and content. At Bank Street, we refer to this as the instructional core. The second reflection is that there is a foundational belief that all students can learn math at appropriate levels. In other words, all students are capable of critical thinking, reasoning, and sense-making about number patterns and relationships. The work is complex and will take time. It requires ongoing risk-taking and reflection and a sense of curiosity and joy. There are instructional strategies, approaches, and tools that can support teachers in aligning fraction work to this vision. Now that you've become familiar with the vision for mathematics, you will think about what it may look like in practice. Standards and taking a strengths-based approach to interactions with students will be a critical aspect of your process. You will begin by engaging in an activity that provides the conceptual foundation for conducting the comparing fractions through reasoning assessment, an assessment that will provide you deep insight to your students' understanding of benchmark fractions and comparing fractions. Start by clicking the link below to access the handout laying the groundwork. In part 1 of this activity, you will identify the big ideas and generalizations about fractions 5th grade students need to understand to operate with fractions fluently and flexibly. After you have reviewed the foundational standards, take a few minutes to respond to the question posed in part 2 of the handout. What do your students understand about benchmark fractions and comparing fractions?